So Lacy Road will be closed to through traffic starting this Thursday, March 9th. This is phase one of the project, which involves basically taking the overhead power lines that are located on the north side of the road and burying them underground. This is what we're calling phase one of the project, from the standpoint that we want to get ahead of the reconstruction project by having those utility conflicts out of the way to keep the road project on schedule. At some point, those overhead poles will need to be removed, and in order to get them removed within the time frame that we need for our road project, we're starting that underground utility work early, beginning, you've seen crews out there perhaps even this week, so they're out there, they're working, but we've decided to close it to through traffic to facilitate that work for a couple of reasons. The first of which is that we want to make sure that we've made a decision in the interest of the safety of the public and safety of the crews that are working out on Lacy Road. Lacy Road is narrow, and the topography is not very conducive to having equipment stored off the road with the lack of flat terraces. So a lot of that equipment and the crews are going to be working in the roadway. So if we can deter and detour the majority of traffic that uses Lacy Road, that will make it easier and more safe for the crews, but also for the traveling public to avoid that particular area. The closure is to through traffic, so I want to make that very clear. Local access will always be maintained on Lacy Road. There's several property owners that live along Lacy Road. Their only access is Lacy Road. We also have school buses coming through to pick up children to bring them to the various school districts. That service will be maintained. Garbage collection will be maintained. Mail delivery will be maintained. So local access will be available for the duration of the project. The closure will extend into the fall of this year. So this phase one for the underground utility will be from March until probably June. The actual road construction work is scheduled to begin in May. So between now and when May starts, that closure will be in place, and then it will continue with the road work, which is going to be even more of a construction zone than what we see out there right now. Because Lacy Road is a regional roadway that people are using to reach destinations beyond and outside of the city of Fitchburg, we felt it was important to designate and mark a specific detour for drivers who don't know the area as well, might be following their GPS in their cars or on their phones, and may not know another way. So there will be a marked designated detour for this closure, and that would include using Fish Hatchery. If you're coming from the west, it would include using Fish Hatchery Road up to East Sherrill Parkway and then down to South Cyene Road for an ultimate detour route. Certainly for this first phase, people could turn onto Sunflower Drive to get down into McGaw Park or to get onto Lacy Road for that last block before South Cyene Road. Coming from the east, instead, you would reverse that. You would come out either up South Cyene Road or Haight Farm Road, and you'd continue on South Cyene up to East Sherrill Parkway and then down Fish Hatchery Road to get to City Hall, for example, or the businesses located on this west end of Lacy Road. So that will be the marked detour. We are asking people who drive through the area to seek their own alternate route. Certainly the detour is not the only way to get to the places you're going. So if you seek an alternate route, that is just fine, but we will have that marked detour for people who don't know their way around or are following some sort of a map to get someplace. For those folks who are following the detour, what I would ask is that drivers be respectful of the fact that we're detouring quite a bit of traffic to another residential area, the Swan Creek neighborhood, as well as a business area where we have our farmers market. The farmers market is every Thursday. There's a lot of pedestrian activity, a lot of parked cars, a lot of bike activity. So we are certainly wanting people to obey the speed limit and really be cautious as they continue in the detour, but also people who are using Lacy Road for local access, we're asking those folks to also drive with a lot of caution, lower speeds, all of the things that we might ask for when you're driving on a surface that isn't an ideal driving surface.